Ever wondered how climate change is leaving its mark on Bangladesh's coastal areas? It's a gripping tale of how a naturally evolving process has turned into a pressing issue in just a few decades. The story starts long ago with the climate changing right from the dawn of Earth. However, the impacts of this change have become strikingly noticeable over the past several years. The coastal zone of Bangladesh, dominated by the Ganges-Brahmaputra-Meghna river system and the Bay of Bengal, finds itself on the front lines of this global issue. This area, constantly battered by cyclones, sea level rise, and storm surges, is a prime example of how climate change can wreak havoc on low-lying coastal regions. The geographic location of Bangladesh's coastal areas, combined with the accelerating pace of climate change, makes them highly vulnerable to natural disasters. The ripple effects of climate change on this region are far-reaching, causing additional stress and negative consequences for coastal ecosystems, biodiversity, livelihoods, the economy, and food security. This has spurred a wave of research aimed at understanding the current status of climate change and its regional impacts, assessing coastal risks, identifying environmental impacts, quantifying vulnerability, and exploring adaptation strategies and coping mechanisms. The coastal region of Bangladesh, which stretches over 700 kilometers, makes up about 20% of the country's total land area. As the population in these coastal areas continues to grow, projected to reach nearly 58 million by 2050, the challenges posed by climate change become increasingly pressing. The coastal zone of Bangladesh is divided into three parts based on geographical features: the eastern zone, the central zone, and the western zone. Each zone has distinct features and faces unique challenges. For example, the western region, known as the Ganges tidal plain, is characterized by a semi-active delta crisscrossed by numerous channels and creeks. This coastal zone, known as a zone of vulnerabilities, is prone to various natural disasters. Countries in development stages, such as Bangladesh, often bear the brunt of climatic hazards, which can lead to significant loss of life and property damage. This region continues to grapple with the impacts of cyclones, storm surges, sea level rise, waterlogging, salinity intrusion, and coastal flooding. So what does this all mean? To put it simply, climate change is not just a future problem. It's a clear and present danger that's already causing significant damage to areas like the coastal regions of Bangladesh. It's a challenge that requires urgent attention and action, from assessing and understanding the risks to developing and implementing effective adaptation strategies. In summary, climate change has been impacting the coastal regions of Bangladesh for decades, with increasingly severe consequences. These include everything from natural disasters and environmental damage to threats to livelihoods, the economy, and food security. The need for effective adaptation strategies and coping mechanisms has never been greater.